Good afternoon, everybody. Looks like we are now live on our platform here. Figured we'd get things kicked off in the interest of time. We're expecting some more people to join, but we'll get started, and this is being recorded to be able to share after. So I'm going to introduce now Tom Hopcroft, who's the CEO of Mass TLC, to kick off today's program.
Thanks, Mackenzie. Well, good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, everyone. I guess it's afternoon already. I'd like to welcome you to Mass TLC's summer internship programming. Our program this summer is supported by the generous support of Mimecast, our sponsor, and the work we do throughout the year as an organization is supported by all of our global sponsors, and these companies, they contribute their time and their treasure to really help make things move in the industry. These are a lot of the companies that you may end up interning for or working for over the course of your careers.
Hold on one second. Sarah and Ruth are saying they can't see us.
Okay.
Can anyone see us? Oh, no one's on the stage.
So we'll go back to the beginning?
Probably. Okay, for those of you who are on the main stage, we're just going to restart. Looks like some people may have been in the reception area when we were kicked off. So head to the main stage just to make sure we don't miss anybody. We'll give this a couple of minutes.
And are you on backstage now?
We're still live right now while we just wait to make sure people are on the main stage. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon. My name is Mackenzie Libert with Mass TLC. We have our CEO, Tom Hopcroft, here to kick off this afternoon's programming. This is being recorded, so we'll be able to share after for references for future. If you have questions as we go, feel free to put those in the chat, and we'll do our best to keep up with that. And anything we miss, we can certainly circle back to. Okay, go ahead, Tom.
Great. Well, as Mackenzie said, I'm Tom Hopcroft. I'm the CEO here at Mass TLC, and I'm really excited to be here with you today to help kick off the Mass TLC summer intern programming. This program is supported by our sponsor Mimecast, so we thank them for all of their support and involvement in the intern program. I'd also like to thank all of our global sponsors, and these are the companies that really lend their time and treasure to help support the work that we do throughout the year here at the council. These are a lot of the brand name companies that you will likely end up working for throughout the course of your careers. Our agenda for today's conversation, I'm going to talk a little bit about Mass TLC, the Mass Technology Leadership Council, to tell you who we are and what we do. Then I'll give you an overview of the technology scene here in Massachusetts. It's a very vibrant scene, and I'll try to share some of the size and texture of that industry. At that point, I'll turn it over to Mackenzie, who leads this program, and she will walk us through some of the key resources in the ecosystem, give an overview of how the program works, and then lead you into a speed networking portion of the program, which should be really fun and exciting. So, about Mass TLC, our mission here is really about accelerating innovation, growth, and the development of an inclusive tech ecosystem here in Massachusetts. So, why do we do this? We believe fundamentally that tech is a positive force for change in the world. And so what we do is we help our companies, with, they're innovating and growing and building winning teams. How we do this is we facilitate the exchange of knowledge, content, the best practices, insights. We help build community, make those connections between the different people in our ecosystem, and drive collective impact, things that we can do as a group of companies that we can't do as a single company. Those could be from STEM to advocacy to anything where we need to come together as a community. So, as a quick overview of the organization, we sit here at the intersection between many parts of industry, academia, government, investors, entrepreneurs. We are a nonprofit organization, a membership organization that the companies become members of. They join. We have a charitable arm, an education foundation that focuses on STEM and engaging people in the tech ecosystem as they're coming out of school. We're founded in 1985. We're the largest group like us in the region, and our membership spans from very early stage startup to global enterprise. Really, most of the brand names that you would know, in technology. I like to think of the work we do as an organization as centering around what I call the 3 C's that I referenced a little bit before. The community, helping drive those relationships, building those connections, really helping get people, providing them the access to the people that can help them be successful in their business and in their careers. The content, I mentioned some of the critical business insights, the visibility for our executives, the thought leadership, the best practices, and then that collective impact piece that I talked about, where we really think of what we can do as an industry to really push forward. So that's sort of about us as an organization. Let me tell you about tech in Massachusetts. So tech is really one of the largest drivers of our economy here. It's really interesting in that the tech sector is one of the few sectors that has both size, scale, and growth. So we have some really hot small sectors that are growing very fast, and we have some large sectors that aren't really growing that much. Tech has both, which makes it really unique, and tech powers most of the other sectors in our economy. So if you look at the tech sector by itself, we employ about 324,000 people just here in Massachusetts. But when you look at those jobs cut across the tech companies. Some of them are tech jobs and some of them are non-tech jobs. So the non-tech jobs account for about 181,000 of those jobs, and the tech jobs are about 143,000, and these are all within the technology sector. But if you add to that all of the jobs outside of the technology sector that are tech jobs, so the tech jobs in life sciences and healthcare and in financial services, you bring in another 105,000 tech jobs in all other industries. So taken together, we call these the net tech jobs. These are the jobs in the tech sector and in tech jobs outside of the sector. It accounts for about 129,000 jobs across the state. But that's not all, because there are a lot of jobs that support these jobs. These are the indirect and the induced jobs. So these are the jobs that companies and that work for either the tech employees, so your dry cleaner, your pizza shop, your coffee shop, et cetera, or they work for the tech company, your law firm, your marketing firm, your PR firm, your accountants. Those jobs taken together, those are 829,000 jobs that support these jobs at the top. Altogether, this represents about 1.26 million jobs in Massachusetts. And so, if in a state as small as Massachusetts, that represents over a third of all of the jobs in Massachusetts. We like to say these are jobs that are all underpinned by technology. If tech weren't here, these jobs wouldn't be here. And because these the jobs at the top, the tech jobs, pay about twice the state average, this represents about 44% of payroll. So that gives you kind of a snapshot of this big and fast growing sector and the involvement with the other sectors here in Massachusetts. Now, we're a small state, so the numbers may not seem that big, and so someone once asked me about this, and I like to look at this as sort of a on a per capita basis. We're a small state, but we punch above our weight. While we have the 428,000 tech jobs versus California's 1.7 million tech jobs, if you look at it on a per capita basis, relative to the size of the state, the number of people in the workforce here, it's about 12%. So we are the techiest state in the nation when you look at it on a per capita basis. You adjust us for size. And when you look at our growth rate, we're growing on par with the fastest growing states when it comes to the tech economy here. So it's a really vibrant and exciting place to be, and a great place to start a career. You want to be in these areas that are expanding and growing, and tech is certainly one of them. But tech isn't just a single thing. Tech means more different things to different people. So here's a graphic that shows some of the complexity of what's going on in tech. Tech could be fintech, financial services. It could be health tech. It could be clean tech. It could be security or robotics or Internet of Things. It could be consumer tech, big data. So there's a whole lot that goes on when we say technology in Massachusetts. And unlike a lot of regions, Massachusetts is good at a lot of things. A lot of times people think of Massachusetts, however, our tech economy as just a business-to-business tech economy, a B2B, and we have a really strong position in the B2B space. But we also have a lot of leading consumer brands here. If you look on this chart from our consumer tech report a while back, companies like Wayfair and iRobot, TripAdvisor, Zipcar, Care.com, DraftKings, we also have a very thriving consumer-facing tech economy. So that's something to keep in mind when you think about where you might want to be looking for opportunities. Maybe I want to go into robotics, or maybe I want to go into some enterprise software, or maybe I'm really more interested in the consumer-facing side of things. I put a couple charts in here on the number one reason by far that companies choose to locate in Massachusetts is because we have some of the best talent in the world, which is a testament to the vast collection of colleges and universities from which many of you come. By far, companies want to be here because they want to get to you. They want to hire you for their companies. We have the best talent. Challenge is the number one constraint they have to growing their business is they can't find enough people who are qualified and able to join this vibrant industry. This is true nationwide, but particularly here, it's a real challenge. And so you're in a good position because you're the talent that they're looking for. The last chart on this page shows on the left axis, it shows tech industry wages, and at the bottom it's overall state wages. And you can see that on the tech axis, we're number 3 after California and Washington at an average of 138,000. If you look on the state wage axis, we're also number 3 after DC and New York. So we're one of the highest paid states. This reflects the scarcity of talent, which if you are the talent is actually a really good place to be because it means you have more opportunities amongst our companies. As I get close to wrapping up here, I'll say, I think you can learn a lot about an organization, about a region, about a sector, by the companies. In particular, for us and the opportunities here at Mass TLC, I think it says a lot about who we are. When you look at the types of companies, this is a sampling of companies that are part of our community. These are the companies, by the way, you should be looking at as you think about your careers. These are all really great companies that are thriving and growing and hiring, and they're worth checking out. You can also tell a little bit about an organization. For us, we're very proud of our board of trustees. These are the people who set the strategy for the organization. They are they represent a very diverse set of industries, of sectors, of functional roles. They're a great group of people. They're some of the movers and shakers that really, are the reason that we are so successful as we are. So with that, I'm going to hand it back over to Mackenzie to continue on the program. And I look forward to seeing you in the networking and hopefully seeing you at a lot of the Mass TLC programs and functions throughout your careers. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know I was on mute. A few key resources we wanted to make sure that you're aware of as you spend your summer here with an internship, whether you're a student or you're employed. Bostino is a really great media source for local innovation. It's just bostino.com, and you can find different blog posts and jobs happenings around town. General Assembly does expert-led training in a lot of different areas like coding, digital marketing. They're also this summer doing free Friday sessions across a really wide level of topics. So I definitely recommend checking them out. Free to everyone this summer on Fridays. Mass Challenge is an accelerator program for startups. So depending where you are in your college career and if you're, towards the, a closer year to graduating and thinking a startup's interesting to you, great resource to check out. And then finally, there's Venture Fizz, another source for local tech and startup news, as well as a really vibrant job board. So keep these in mind, as you're spending your virtual summer, just as tools that are available to you. And with that in mind, with your virtual summer, really try to make the most of it. We know this isn't the most ideal situation for a lot of people. If you had an internship and you thought you were going to spend a summer in a really cool office space and get to know your colleagues on a whole new level, that can still happen. It's just a little bit different. So we encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and maybe try something new, like starting a blog about your experience. If you do that, we're happy to share it on our channels. Or take advantage of some of those free sessions at General Assembly and learn a new skill, like how to really use Google Analytics, intro to HTML, how to use WordPress sites, social media best practices. But thinking about things that, if you're one of those students who had a rescinded offer due to COVID, there's still ways to build your resume this summer, and we're happy to be that resource for you to be able to make those connections and make that happen. And get plugged in. Mass TLC has a LinkedIn group, so look for us and look to join us. And that's just another way to get plugged into the community. One thing we've seen, due to COVID and being home, is our community has felt more connected than ever in a lot of ways. Before, when it was in person and it's competing for time and travel, it's a whole new world, and we've really seen people come together and embrace that. As technologists, people are happy to try the new tool and the new thing to stay connected. And that's why we're grateful you're here today while we continue to test new event platforms like Hopin and learn the nuances and the best ways we can still make people feel connected. Another new tool we adopted earlier this year, it's called Mobilize, but it is an online engagement platform. We call it internally, it's Mass TLC Central. And it's really meant to be another way to get help and give help. So whether you're looking for an internship, have a skill, request to join that. Both of these you can find right through our site, masstlc.org, as just a way to get plugged into the community at large. And just be informed. Again, on our site, we have a video library that has a lot of resources from past events we've recorded recently, some older events and highlighting different executives we work with, different honorees at awards we've honored, but just as a way to feel like you're in the know and you're understanding some of the key players in the tech industry. We've launched a new podcast series on the tech trail, which gets inside the minds of some of the leaders of companies, especially right now. So that's available on Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcasts. But, quick 20-minute episodes to again, just feel like you're learning about the community. And also on our site, we have a resources page, which includes up-to-date job postings that you can subscribe to be notified about, resources on companies that are still hiring through COVID. So, just sign up and be informed about what's happening. And again, if there's something that you're thinking about, reach out to us and we're happy to help you make these connections. So why we're here today, a little bit more about Battle of the Interns. So some people may have experienced this in its former life, which was in-person lawn games. Back in 2015, we partnered up with Kronos as a founding partner to bring this idea to life that, we really care about the next generation of leaders. We want them to love Massachusetts and to stay here. So this was a way to come together at the end of the summer and have some of that team building and, brains and brawn and compete in these games. Unfortunately, this summer that can't happen in person, but we thought, let's take it a step further rather than just one day of, a virtual engagement or trivia or something. Let's take advantage of people being home for the summer and tap into our community of experts and be able to offer you more than just, a day of tug of war, as fun as that is for people. We think this is an opportunity to help you guys even more through your summer. So that being said, about the program this summer. So today is our kickoff, meant to just be introducing ourselves, give you a glimpse of what we're thinking and planning, and open it up for new ideas you might not see here. This is based on input from companies who either have virtual internship programs happening and what they thought would be valuable content, but also from some students and other people we've surveyed. But we may not have hit everyone. So if there's something you're really thinking about, absolutely let us know. But the next 7 weeks, we're planning Thursdays to have sessions. The times do vary a bit, just so if people have standing commitments, whether they're morning or afternoon, you'll be able to make most of it, hopefully, and everything will be recorded. So you'll see here, it's a mix of, some skill development as well as some networking opportunities. So there's sessions about building your brand, understanding, yourself, your motivations. Summer Connect, which is a virtual event meant to learn about companies who are going to be hosting sessions, not so much content focused, but instead people are hosting things like Pictionary or mixology classes or workout classes, but really just a fun way to kind of give back to the community and be able to meet new people in the environment that we're in. And then other sessions including, so you want to be a CMO and you're a marketing major right now. How do you follow that path? What does it look like? And hear from people in our community about what they experienced and how they got to where they are. And then workshops on career readiness, like LinkedIn, how to make the most of it, what a resume should say, especially now when you're home for the summer. Companies will want to see that you still did something. So the fact that you're here today shows you want that too. So some tips on that. And then other sessions that just help you kind of connect with people. You may have had a mentor if you had an internship this summer. So trying to help you set up those relationships with people in the industry who might just be a few years into their career and, what their major meant to them and what it means in the real world applied to a job. The site is there with a little more detail on these programs. And if there's something you don't see here, let us know. And if we can't turn it into a program, we'll still try to think about how we can help you with it. Each of these sessions we do plan to host in this hop-in platform because it will enable us to do some breakouts beyond the main stage. And it has this networking tool, which is our favorite part, which I'm going to talk about now, and then we'll move into there. I'll hang out in this kind of backstage chat area if people continue to have questions. But virtual speed networking. So you'll see on your left-hand side, don't click there yet, looks like a little handshake icon and says networking. And so what will happen, and we encourage everyone to do it, even if, this will last until 5:30. If you can't stay, even if you stay for 10 minutes, I think you'll get a lot out of it. But when you go into that room, it's going to just start randomly pairing us up with each other. And it will be a video chat. If you're able to have your video on, we encourage it. And basically you will be placed into the room. The conversation will time out at 3 minutes because it's meant to really keep moving and meet as many people as possible. But just to meet each other, what college do you go to? What's your major? Are you working somewhere this summer? Are you not? What are you most excited about? Just get to know each other and start building some relationships. When you go into that room, you'll see a button pop up that says connect. So if you feel like it was a good conversation and you want to be able to talk further, hit that button and you'll automatically receive each other's contact information within your hop-in profile. You'll be able to see that after. So if anyone has questions, feel free to chat them in right now. Otherwise, some of our team is going to move over to the networking room. We encourage you for sure to go in there. We're really excited to spend the summer with you guys from all of our homes, and hopefully one day we'll be able to do something in person, but we're really looking forward to it. We're thankful to Mimecast, our sponsor, who's helping fund this program this summer. And we're excited. So head over to the networking room, start to get to know each other. If you have questions, let us know. Thanks. All right, so I think I'll stop this broadcast.